guys, Rick Shaw here on Halloween 2023. Had a little hard time sleeping last night. I was up, but I got to talk to Dorothy and Moo. Moo was actually yakking quite a good bit, so that was kind of nice. I got to yak with him. Wish those guys could get here. They'd be so much better for them, I think, here in this country than where they're at, but you know, we'll see what goes on down the road. I wound up after I got Maddie's breakfast cooked and got him off to school. I took a little nap. You know, I finally was able to fall asleep. I was up all night. And then I woke up about 10, thought I'm going to go for a bike ride. And I walked out to take the cover off, and boy, I'll tell you what, it's the coldest day. There had been freeze warnings out. It was in the 30s. So I bundled up good. I had my buddy Mike, he had sent me some thermies, thermal pants and shirts and stuff. So I had the pants on, got my boots. I have a real good, like a hoodie that has a fleece inside. I had that with like the rain jacket that I have, you know, to keep the wind off. And my real good gloves. The only thing that got cold on me was my face. I don't have a shield for my helmet. I can't seem to find one for this HJC helmet. I look online for it. I got the model number and everything, but it doesn't take a snap-on. It takes like these screw-ons on either side, and then there's a catch in the middle, and I can't find it. I need to get a full face for this cold weather. But it was a cold ride. I took a big ride. It was 44 miles, and I went around to the other side of the airport, stopped and watched the planes land for a while. Very windy over there and cold, so I got back on the bike and I took a big ride all the way down into town, then cut up, went past where my mother's house used to be, and cut all the way down to 25th and out Fulton, and just had a big long ride. Traffic was non-existent, it seemed. Just a beautiful ride. Couldn't believe how many motorcycles I saw out there in this cold. And but I was bundled up. When I was headed south, when I first left, because I headed south and then I headed across through Olmsted Falls out to North Olmsted, and it was just into the wind plus the movement of the motorcycle. My face got cold. That was it. And just had a fantastic ride. Something about this bike, I don't think I could have got a better bike for me. Just rides smooth. I don't know what's happening with the suspension, but when it was warmer weather, you know, the damping on it is pretty stiff, even though I got it loosened up as much as I can. And I know there's discs in this one instead of just a hole like the old style. I think it must be hitting the bypass. The oil's so cold and thick in there, I think it's going through a bypass, because it gave me just a real compliant ride. I was able to do some corners. The tires are wore in pretty good now. And just had a fantastic ride, just a solo ride. I wasn't really cold. You know, you got to dress for this. And Maddie was wanting to go, but now we just bundled her up. We're supposed to be getting lake effect snow, 1 to 4 inches they're calling for. Tomorrow they're calling for icy conditions. So Maddie possibly will get to see his first snow. And you know, lake effect snow hits pretty good, and it's Lorain County and Cuyahoga County. The whole counties are going to get hit with this. So we're going to be looking at that. I don't know how far we are from the snow belt. I used to know all this stuff, but you know, I've been gone so long from this state. But I remember when I lived here before, we would get some pretty damn good snows here. I lived here in the 80s, and through the winter, I remember the cars having a foot of snow up on the roof. You know, you'd have to scrape off. I had that old Plymouth back then.
Smells good.
But what's that?
Smells good.
Yeah, I know. I got we had to put some steam on the stove. Our noses were drying up a little bit. So I got some steam on, and I like to put a little cloves and pumpkin pie spice to make the house smell good.
That's making my nose and stuffy.
Yeah, we're going to put some steam in here. You have to run some steam in these places. We got the electric baseboard heat. It's plenty warm in here. You know, they don't skimp when it comes to heat. We did get another refrigerator today. It wasn't a new one, but it's a real good one. Yeah, it's a real nice one.
It's really big.
Yeah, it's way bigger than the last one. It just fits in the hole. And it's got real thick drawers. You can put a gallon of milk on the door. I mean, not drawers, the door. It's got 2 crispers that you can adjust. It's a much more modern fridge. It can't be that old. I wouldn't say it's, I'd say it's definitely under 10 years old. It's very quiet, and it's also energy efficient model. There's a sticker still on the side. So hopefully that's going to help with the electric bill. The guys came in. I was gone on the bike ride. They came in and took care of everything. I love these maintenance guys here. I don't think you could get a better crew of maintenance people at an apartment building. They're all just nice as can be. They're good craftsmen. When the one fella came in and did all the work under the sink and got rid of the garbage disposal and all that, did a fantastic job. Very professional. It looks good. And, you know, I just can't fault these guys. They're spoiling me, is what they're doing. But I'm glad we got a good fridge, and you know, hope to fill it. I got my one pension. It came this month. You know, it got snafu from the transfer. Well, that finally came in. You know, it transferred over here. I'm still missing 2 months of it. I called today and asked them what's going to happen with that, and they said, well, that'll be coming. You know, now that we got it where it's supposed to go, we'll recoup the money and get it back to you as soon as possible. So we'll see how long that takes. But just had a fantastic day. I kind of liked the solo ride. I could, you know, after I got out so far, I just thought, oh, I'm going to get lost. And then as I drove through, I said, oh, I remember this place. But North Olmsted, when I was going through there, I couldn't believe all the new shops. What used to be just big open fields are all filled now. I saw some nice dollar stores going through Olmsted, not far from here. There's a bunch of shops that we could shop at. There's a drug mart close I didn't know was there. So we'll be heading over there when we do our shopping. And we can walk it, take our basket and walk it. I don't think we're going to be doing much motorcycle coming up if there's going to be snow and ice and stuff on the road. But you always get days here in this part of the country where the roads will be dry and you can go, even though it's only 20 degrees out, you can go. I know how to dress for it, and you know, because you got to figure the wind chill. But my hands were warm. I got those really good Carhartt work gloves. That raincoat that I have keeps the wind off, and the fleece underliner. Plus, I had the stuff from Mike. Mike, thanks, man, buddy. My buddy Mike sent me 4 outfits of undergarments. They're like the new high tech, and they're kind of thin. I thought, I don't know how these are gonna work, but boy, do they keep the heat in. They keep the heat. You get the heat on your legs. My legs weren't cold at all. Actually, when I got back to the house, I had to get them off because after about 10 minutes in the house, I was getting too warm. So I had to take them off. But unbelievable, just how good they are. They're like a Real Tree brand of warm stuff, and they don't get wet. I actually did wash them. You take them out of the washer, don't even got to put them in the dryer. They're like dry already, except for the elastic band up on the top. And I didn't need to put them in the dryer. I just hung them up, and so they're really good, and they all fit. They're plenty long for the legs, plenty long for the arms. I can actually pull them down over my hand a little bit. So Mike, again, I sure do appreciate it, buddy. That was a wonderful gift you sent us along. But Matty, he was wanting to go for a ride. Well, I'm just gonna. We just bundled the bike up. I'm probably going to go out later with some string and tie the tabs together because they're calling for 30 mile an hour. I'm back. The battery took a dump on me. It seems really funny. The Sony batteries that I have aren't lasting, in the cheap Wasabis that I bought that were like a quarter of the price. they're the ones that last a long time. I didn't take the camera on the motorcycle ride because I thought it's going to be too cold, with it hanging off my helmet. And I just didn't think that was a good idea, to freeze the dang thing. So I don't know how well they work on that. But things are going pretty good. I got my reverse osmosis. I got to install that coming up. We've got Matty doing his school. I think tomorrow he'll have his boots on and bundled up because it's going to be cold and snowy. You looking forward to seeing the snow, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's doing really good. I'm glad, like I said before, I was really glad I got to talk to Dorothy and Moo for a while, and especially Moo, because a lot of times he doesn't talk. He just comes up, says hi, and then he walks away. But he was yakking and asking questions, and I miss him. I miss those kids like you wouldn't believe. And he misses me. He wants to come, but we'll see how that goes. I think they would be far better off here. I really do. But things are going well here. We're not having too much troubles. Got to talk to my buddy Ronald a little bit today. I had a good bit where I wasn't, feeling bad with this back. It's easing up some. Last night it was just nagging me. I just couldn't get comfortable. So I just was walking the floor. And then I got to talk to Dorothy and Moo for a few hours. And it just was one of them things. But after Maddie went to school, I was able to nap a little bit. Tired now. Hopefully I'll get some rest tonight. It's just, this thing's nagging. Didn't bother me at all. The low back isn't hurting at all. On the bike, it was just super nice. Just absolutely fantastic ride today. And like I said before, I couldn't believe how many motorcycles I saw. Just unbelievable, the guys riding. And the one guy, though, he was wearing like a jeans jacket and a pair of jeans, and he had tennis shoes on, young guy. And then he had one of them skid lids on, helmet, and I said, boy, he's got to be freezing his butt off. I was bundled up. I had layers on. I had layers and layers on to keep warm. And, that kind of stuff, you're inside for a little bit, you start sweating. That's how I was bundled up. But I always rode in the winter. When I lived here before, in Ohio and in Pennsylvania, I rode all year round. You just know how to dress, and I like breaking the bikes in the cold weather. I'm still on the break-in process. When I get to 500 miles, I'll change the oil, and I'm starting to think now it's going to be a while now before I'm hitting 500, guys, because I think we're going to get a throw on there. But if you watch the long distance forecast, we're looking in a week or so of 70s again. So Indian summer, it's always been that way here. It comes and goes. We're getting a big leaf fall now because of the wind. I actually, while I was riding a bike today, I did hit some pretty damn good gusts of wind. Not like the Cajon Pass in California, but the bike handles the gusts really good. It's got enough weight to it, and just a fantastic bike, guys. I recommend it. If you're a tall guy, it's the bike for you. It's a fantastic bike, especially if you got a bad back. I would recommend, if you're not as tall as me, I would recommend the S model because it's got a lower seat. It is pretty high up in the air, but I like being up there. I can see over the traffic real good. And then, of course, it's got all that suspension travel on it. A high ground clearance. My goodness, I can get my foot under there, my size 14 from the ground, and I can fit that under there. So it's got lots of ground clearance. I'm not going to be an off-road guy. When these tires wear out, I'll probably put more of a street tire on instead of these knobby things. I'm not going to really be doing a lot of off-road stuff. Maybe some trails or something like that, but it's not what I bought it for. I got it for transportation. I got a milk crate that I could strap on the back. I did look at the bags. I don't like a top box because I can't swing my leg over. So, you know, I never was a fan of the top boxes, but they got some nice Kawasaki saddlebags with the brackets and all that stuff. It's only 200 and some bucks. So hopefully maybe springtime or something like that, I'll swing those and, you know, get a little more stuff for shopping. I have these really big backpacks. When Maddie goes to school on Friday, I'll probably go do some grocery shopping. I saw a Heinen's store when I was traveling today. I kind of went out the back way. I saw a lot of really nice stores. I saw that No Bottom Road again up on Columbia, and I thought, boy, that's a quick way to shoot back to the house. So I'm going to pull the map up on the phone and try to get my bearings around here. I used to know it like the back of my hand, but you know, I've been gone out of here for so long. You figure 40 years, you know, since I lived in this area, you know, because I lived in Pennsylvania for quite a long time, and then of course California, and you know, getting to learn the roads here again. And the roads, you know, California, everything seems to be boxed off and square. Here the roads, you know, it could say you're heading north and you look at your compass and you're heading south. I do want to put a nice compass on the bike, and I want to put a tachometer on there. One thing you guys got to know about the one-lungers, because they're only producing power maybe 25% of the strokes, if that, you know, you want to keep the R's up on them. I am finding out that, you know, on most bikes, every 10 miles an hour you shift. Now, when I'm at 50 miles an hour, and then you're just going to start cruising, you don't even want to put it in the fifth gear. You want to stay in the fourth because it'll start chugging. It's more like an overdrive. But I did hit the highway. I jumped on the 480 for one exit and just zipped her up to 90 and then back down, and I was at the next exit already. And you need to be doing over 60 for the fifth gear in this bike. Otherwise, you know, it's like it wants to lug. So it's just the nature of the beast. But like I said before, I don't think I could have picked a better bike for me at this stage in my life. You know, I needed something that, like, you're riding on a cloud, and that's what I got. I got a nice, smooth bike. I was also thinking of the XR650, which is about the same price, and great motor. The damn things last forever. But I would have had to get a windshield. I would have had to buy a whole bunch of stuff for it. And it's not like the olden days where you can go to J.C. Whitney and get a really nice windshield. They don't got them no more. You know, like one of them universal shields that you could put on your bike. You just don't see all the stuff like that anymore like you used to. So this windshield for me, I'm up above it too much, so my face gets a lot of the wind. Keeps it off my chest though. I wish they made a higher windscreen for that. I'm gonna look for that. Now my brother Steve's got his beautiful 1900, and he's got a windscreen that sits up here for him, a nice big one, and he's in like a nice little cocoon of air behind that. And it would be nice if, you know, if Kawasaki would come out and say, okay, this is a real tall bike. I'm telling you, guys that are 6 feet tall, it's too big for you. You know, you're going to be tiptoeing. That's how high this is. You would think they would say, okay, it's going to be a real big guy who has this. Let's make him a higher windscreen. The only thing I see is these little clip-ons that divert the air a little bit. And I hate to spend, they're like $100. I hate to spend $100 for this clip-on, and then it doesn't help. You know, I wish I knew somebody who had one that I could try it out. You know, now if it worked, I would say, yeah, spend $100 and just get the damn thing and be done with it. But, you know, what if it don't work? Then you've just blown $100. So $109, I think the price was on that. Hell, I got my deep freezer for that. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Didn't want to do too long of one today, but I was just, if there would have been bugs out, I'd have been picking them out of my teeth. It was just a fantastic ride today. I really enjoyed it. I got to see the sights, you might say, and I always did love to watch the planes land. They got a different pattern than what they used to have, but it was really fantastic. And there's my handsome buddy.
Ciao, bye-bye.
My little handsome buddy. So Well, he's looking forward to his snow. It said it's gonna start coming in around 8 o'clock. And the weather that I'm getting here, this is Mike again, he sent me this weather app that I put on my phone, and it goes right on the front of the phone so I can just click on it. And it's got up to the second radar. You know, it gives you 45-second bursts of the clouds that are coming. And it'll even tell you, in 2 minutes you're going to get a rain. And sure enough, that cloud passes over and you get rain for a couple minutes.
Can I tell them how big the fridge is?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell them how big the fridge is.
I can fit in it.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot bigger than the
Can I
last
show
one. Huh?
them?
Well, yeah. Well, no, not really. I can't take this off because I got the mic. But go stand over there and do your Vanna White with your hands. Goofy guy. Yeah, it's a nice one, guys. But I'm going to let you go. Don't forget to pray for each other. And sure wish I had a riding buddy for the cold weather. But I don't think there's going to be too many people that ride, even though I did see some today. But we'll see. You know, it's always good to go with somebody in case if you fall down or something happens or you break down, you got somebody there with you, help you out or whatever you need. So that's the way that goes. So take care, pray for each other, pray for your enemies,
Me.
pray for everybody, and he's going to do the honors.
We shall.
Thank you, buddy.